No,
We shouldn't.
God, what the fuck?
Oh shit! They have 100 hit on him. He might die.
Oh my god! See, this is part of the reason I originally thought Quan. Alright, yo! What's good, YouTube? It's your boys, Lord Zamosa, Lord Louie, back at you with another Fire Emblem rhyme hack of the week, month, year, I don't know, whatever stretch of time I fucking feel like at this point, nigga. Oh my god.
Unspecified time period.
This balance hack, FE4 Premonition, what was it titled? I saw it on screen. Perambulation.
It's a. Allow me to grab the dictionary and see. Ambulation from Wikipedia. The act of walking.
Oh, I get it, because it's no longer horsey emblem because you buffed the movement of infantry units. Oh, look at this. This is both a cursed and a blessed image right here. So obviously, right, 7 move Arden with Wrath,
yeah,
which
and an Iron Blade, which is now C rank,
which just hones in on his role even more of being a tank. Iron Blade.
He's got some meaty offense now.
Yes, bro. Any changes to the Christmas Cavaliers we have?
The Christmas Cavaliers, from what I remember, Alex, speed, and skill were swapped. All the growths. Noish remains.
Oh, the growths, I see.
Therefore terrible. And Sigurd, the Lord Knight has 5 magic, in case you want to spec into magic swords, I guess.
Okay.
Take a look at Gandalf. Notice just how much faster he is. Like, 23 speed on a warrior.
Being able to attack with Arden on turn 1.
I would have changed the bandit's placement if Arden wasn't in range, but like, somehow first try, it was perfect movement.
Hey, sometimes trial and error isn't needed, bro. Sometimes you just get lucky.
So he's in range to either be 2-rounded by Noish and Arden, or Alkanoish. I don't think you can get all 3 of them in range of this guy on turn 1. So axes were among one of the hardest things to balance during development. Initially, I experimented with a hit buff, which would just make Prologue in Chapter 1 absolute hell, as no one can dodge tank as reliably. Finn gets the absolute worst of it. He gets completely bodied by them if I give axes 80 hit instead of 70. The solution I found was to make them basically a carbon copy of lances in some respects. The key difference is that they trade 10 hit for 2 extra might. Tomes have been like retooled.
Fire also doesn't weigh a shit ton anymore. More hit.
Fire speed halved, and also it deals more damage. The way I have it spec'd is that fire is the slow, heavy hitter.
Yeah, that's how I always thought of it too. And you know, thunder has more crit rate, and wind weighs a lot less, allows you to double more, stuff like that.
I did not give Thunder Tomes critical. I just made them the halfway point between Thunder's damage and Wind's.
Oh, it's always a tough choice which way you want to go when it comes to Zoe. But I usually just send him over here. All right.
The balance.
He still won rounds. That's great.
Yeah. He actually won rounds more now. Previously he could not 1 round these 40 HP brigands, or no, barbarians. Because, like, Arden has so many weaknesses in the base game. Even if you get him into range of an enemy, like, he's not even 3-shotting them. And his accuracy is terrible on top of it.
Yeah, unless you give him a weapon that has 50 kills. And even then.
Good luck.
Even then, that requires you to be like, okay, I want to give this to Arden and not a unit that can actually do work with it, you know?
No, so 50 kills isn't, like,
all that easy to get.
It's more than that.
On a single weapon?
There's a misconception that once a weapon gets 50 kills, it becomes 50 crit.
Nah, it's just 1 crit.
Nah, it's
1 crit per any after. Yeah, that's what I mean to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 crit for every kill after 50 kills. So like 100 kills will be 50 crit.
And that is really hard to conceivably do in a run of Gen 1 where you use most of your characters.
Especially if you're not really focusing on that.
Even for like Sigurd's Silver Sword, which is your #1 weapon of choice, it's this massive
Yeah.
beater that tears through entire armies. I've only ever gotten it to like 80, maybe sometimes 100 kills. So horses in the base game are virtually identical. All of Axe Knight, Arc Knight, Lance Knight, and Cavalier have identical stats. And what I did was give them like 1 or 2 points in a stat to diversify them. So
Really? I thought they were already sort of diversified. Like Duke Knights have a little bit more bulk. Like Forest Knights have a little bit more speed. Stuff like that.
I mean, there is that, but the differences are
You just multiplied it by
slighter,
like 3 or something like that, right?
basically. The differences are slighter when compared in a vacuum. So basically, Cavaliers get jack shit. Lance Knights get 1 skill. Arc Knights get 1 speed. Axe Knights get 2 defense but -1 speed. So horses that only have swords, they trade 1 strength for 1 skill and 1 speed, which I think is pretty fair.
Forest Knights.
This diversity becomes even more like noticeable once promoted. Lance Knights, or rather Duke Knights, like, they're positioned as the accurate ones. They have the best skill stats of the various horses with 12 at base. Great Knights have 12 defense. Arc Knights, I believe, have 12 of 10 skill and speed. Forest Knights have a bit more. And Paladins are a bit more magically focused. They got buffs to base magic and base resistance, making them the best at using those items among the different horse classes.
Yeah, I can definitely.
I am very happy with what I did for him. There's
Also, pointing it out for the audience, that little general drawing in the bottom left corner of the screen was made by
me. Ain't that funny?
Yeah, he told me he spent like 4 hours on it. It's crazy.
I feel like for 4 hours of work I could have put out something better, but that's just my
I think it looks pretty good. Looks polished. The shading's good.
Madness. Oh wait, is this guy gonna get Arden?
You know, I like the golden trim. I always love golden trim on pretty much everything.
Yeah. It's based directly on the battle sprite. By the way, speaking of Louie's uncles, one of the few changes I made to enemies is that Myos is a sage and Dakar is a mage knight now.
Alright, more threatening.
I feel like making the game less Baron heavy is for the better.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm pretty fucking sick of seeing Barons.
Shit, and you play
Also,
FE1, a game where they just spam generals at you.
I don't think they spam generals at you per se. Like, there isn't a single general until chapter 6, and it's used on a boss for basically every map afterwards, but it only appears as a generic enemy, like, twice, 3 times, maybe.
I'm talking about bosses, though.
Yeah, like, so many of the bosses are either
the portrait being used like 10,000 times over.
Yes, the red dude with the mustache. Never get tired of it.
The Zane of FE1.
The Zane of FE1. I'm sure you're already aware, but if Azel dies before he appears, Arvis appears on the map, he will actually chastise Sigurd for it.
I don't think I've seen that dialogue, actually. I really don't think I've seen it.
I've seen it a couple
Why are
times.
you getting hit by 28, Sigurd? Come on, dude.
I've seen it a couple times, and it's something like, "Oh, I see Azel joined your army without my consent." And he's like, "Sorry, dude. I couldn't stop him. He wanted the girl. And he
Arden! You had one fucking job. You got a souped up new skill, bro. Come on.
Rip Bozo, rest in piss, you won't be missed. For the rescue staff event, and so that, what's her name? Lana can inherit the rescue staff, as well as her father. I did it just
That's the pairing you're pushing here?
Yes.
It's a good
Yes,
pairing.
I
Lester gets kind of fucked, but it's a good pairing. Thematically. I mean, he came all this way. He traveled all this way just for her, right?
Yeah. Also, two things. Number one, holy shit, I hate Lester so much. He's probably one of my least favorite. He's easily my least favorite character in this game, and
why?
possibly one of my least favorite.
He's just Lex with a bow, to be honest with you.
He's Lex with a bow and consistently underperforming at that.
I don't know, man. You gotta give him the brave bow and shit. You gotta give him the brave bow, the killer bow, basically everything that's not the U-file, you gotta give it to him.
All bow knights, so all mounted horses with bows have pursuit.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, hey Arvis, thanks for the help, I guess.
Why is his hair blue?
I don't know, I guess they didn't feel the need to... Wait, why is his banner House Frege? The
That's
Thunderbolt,
weird.
you saw that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Is that a result of hacking, or is it that way in vanilla? I'm actually curious now, what the fuck?
So...
He has no affiliation, so...
This hack has several mods, or patches applied. Firstly, sword skills. They can be inherited by anyone, learned by anyone, and they can stack during combat. In FE4,
great.
You can't, like, activate Luna, then activate Astra in the same round of combat.
No Marita type shit.
Yeah.
Wait, now you can.
But now you can do that.
Which is...
the other...
I'm pleased to hear.
The other is crit display, so if characters have critical, then you can see the amount of critical they have. It's usually 0. But lastly, NPC battles are displayed using combat animations, where previously they always used map animations.